Hello and welcome back to the super fun Happy Times D&D stream.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Oh, that harmonised slightly. We're getting good.
Same as last time, quick announcements. We've only just got around to putting our first episode up online because it's taken me this long to work out how to do it. So thank you for everyone who watched the first episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing, like
updated.
much bigger response than we were expecting.
Yeah.
Probably won't be for this one.
Everyone's got bored by that.
Yeah, exactly. But never mind. I'm sure it'll be great. Announcements, as always. Thank you, Dom, for the dice. You are an absolute ledge.
They literally saved my life.
Yep. I shall be getting some of the monster dice at some point. I'm not sure which ones yet. The Kickstarter has just finished. But let us get going because we're a little bit late. Can you remember where you were?
We're in an inn.
You are indeed. What was the name of that inn?
Oh,
Some people were sensible and actually wrote it
I
down.
didn't write that
The
down.
Happy Inn.
It was
The inn where you always have the smile.
The shield and the sword.
It was the Blue Water Inn.
Ah, yeah, I knew
That's
it.
what I said. Waterfall.
It's not
In
my turn.
the town of
Always happy.
Vallaki.
Vallaki.
Happy,
Valkyrie.
Vallaki.
Right on.
Vallaki.
Right on the Valkyries.
The owner, Erwin
Very nice.
Maritov. And that's close enough to pronouncing his name. Oh. Are we okay? Slight camera issue, sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
Too bumbling.
You met him and his wife and his two children, Brom and Bray.
And Brian.
From Brian.
Brian
Brian
is
is now in charge.
saved from the evil hags, witches, whatever they were. You think they were hags?
My hugs.
And now is happily playing away with these two new friends. You also met a bard stroke jester stroke ringmaster. Can anyone remember his name?
The great Malenko.
It's close.
Rictavio.
It is indeed.
But it was the great though.
It
Wasn't
was the great Rictavio.
He was a half elf.
He was indeed a half elf.
And he
a bit
got
of a
covered
comedian.
in booze.
Did.
He juggled some wine. He fell off some stools. He landed on his head. He did it expertly. Any of you who are quite dexterous
Yeah, not out.
Yeah.
would have been quite impressed by the way he moved. It was trained acrobatic tumbling to a very high level. It's now evening. You're all relatively tired. Just remind me who was staying with who in rooms.
I think Red and Cool were
Yeah.
in the double room.
We were
Yep.
doubles.
Was you,
I was with Ismark
you and me and Irina
and
and Brian. Brian.
Brian Borison.
Borison.
Oh, Brian Morrison, yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
So
Are
you're
you-
babysitting.
Yes, I am.
Sorry, bear with me. Let me get my book. Going straight to your rooms, going straight to sleep. You've eaten, had some wine. Ismark has footed the bill for you.
Hey,
Thanks, Mark.
my guy.
Are you going to bed?
well, I opened the window, didn't I, to let Eric back in,
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we ended.
and then there was two
you
more
saw some
ravens.
other
with me.
ravens out there, indeed.
Stuck my head in a bowl of water.
Yeah, you did. So you can breathe.
With the window open, you hear from outside a deep, rich laugh kind of come up into the window from outside. A truly genuine, beautiful laugh.
Hi. I look out the window.
As you do, you see the guard wiping a tear from his eye as he's looking in the window.
Oh, he's been watching the great.
You would assume so.
I'd tell Eric to get in.
And then you see some other guards walking past who give him a smile and a nod, and he then jumps back to on guard.
Okay, so we're being watched, but no one else knows that. That's cool. But yeah, I'll just get Eric in and close the window.
Yep. They have got big, heavy shutters on the inside as well, which can be locked into place.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yep. The others, anyone want to do anything before you go to sleep? You're fed, you're warm, you're dry. The beds seem pretty comfy from what you've seen.
I was going to read my tome.
Yeah. You settle down.
Left or right?
That's up to you.
Left or right? Because I can't choose.
Left.
So
Your left or his left?
This one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyone want to do anything?
No, Red's pulled all the bed sheets
Jack
onto
All
the
and Red, we'll
floor.
start with you two.
Okay, Red's pulled all the bed sheets onto the floor.
So what is your bedtime ritual like? Are you saying a little prayer before you go into bed? Are you sleeping on the floor? Are you sleeping in the bed?
Sleeping on the floor.
Yep.
Doesn't really have much of a routine. It's more find the place to sleep and you go to sleep. But it'll be almost animal-like when they're trying to get comfy, where they sort of walk around.
Does a little
like moving things around. Does a little circle and then just plops down.
Jackal, you see this.
Okay.
She maybe she's sort of maybe picking bits of twig and leaf out of her hair. Maybe picking
I love
her
this
nails.
little odd couple here. This beautiful.
They're both pruning, aren't they?
Their own way.
It's true.
Yeah.
Jackal.
Yeah, I'm spending my time. I've got my mirror out, and I'm checking my appearance, healing any cuts or bruises that I have on myself, and then also casting repairs, the mending on any rips and tatters in my clothes, making sure it's all nice. And then I'm kind of polishing up my armor and stuff, and getting everything nice and perfect, and also checking the bed, making sure it's clean.
You'd be able to, with your spell, you should be able to clean it.
Yeah, I will do that as well.
You spend
Presentation.
it looks immaculate.
Okay.
You see Jackal spend probably the best part of 10 minutes.
And there's Red just in a
15 minutes.
little nest on the floor, surrounded by all this duvet.
Some fluff she's found.
The leaves that she's pulled out of her hair. There's a twig in there as well.
Brilliant. Hesia and Constance.
We ended with me sticking my head in a bowl.
So
of
did you have
water.
Irina
And Brian.
and Brian?
Yeah.
Brian will come in. Sir, ma'am, sir. Is he kind of 1 foot behind the other? Just that. Well, Brom and Brave said that maybe we go have a sleepover all in one room. Just wondering if that's all right.
Good luck, Mum.
You're totally mum, by the way.
They said they spoke to Urin and he said he would be fine, and I'll come speak to you as well.
He's so good.
Let him go.
Where?
They said there's a place in the attic.
I would like to go and inspect the attic.
Yeah.
You can go and do it. In case there's any more dead kids up there.
Yes. No, I'm not. Yes.
We've not had a good track record with attics.
So, as you come out of your room, you've kind of got... so you can come upstairs outside the building to get to the upstairs bit, and then you've got a balcony that overlooks the sort of main tap room. And then on the outskirts of this are various other rooms. He kind of drags you to some stairs going up through another door to the side.
Very sneaky.
We see another bedroom. And Brom and Bray are in there. And he's kind of pulling your hand. And they both stand up to attention, one a bit more lazier than the other. The sort of taller of the two crosses his hands and chin goes back. Yes?
Is this the room? Is this where you have arranged to sleep?
Kind of shoots him a glass. Yes. You want to give me a sense?
Detect gig or
You can give me a... What is the skill?
Be insight, wouldn't it?
Investigation?
Insight.
Insight? Nine.
9. You do not believe he is being forthright with you.
Is there only 2 beds in here?
There are
Yeah.
indeed only 2.
No, I think it'd be better if you sleep in your own bed after. It was a very long ride.
His head goes down. Okay. As he kind of looks over his shoulder.
Are there really solid bars on the door, on the windows of?
They're well locked.
Yeah.
As you...
As I go back, can I have a look in around the bar downstairs, like over the balcony, to see?
Yeah, you can hear sort of raucous laughter drifting up, and you can see on stage Rictavio the Great juggling various different weighted objects while telling a story.
Yeah. Cool. I'll go back into the room.
Yep.
And see what Hesia's doing.
Constant comes in. He doesn't look too happy.
I've dried myself off from shoving my head in a bowl of water to find out whether my new gills are effective.
They are very effective.
She would have claimed whichever the furthest bed from the door is.
From the door?
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
If there is such a thing.
There is indeed.
Yeah.
So you've kind of got the 4 in a long line and then a small table near the door.
And she'd be sort of going through her stuff and sort of taking off all the valuable things and the pouch of the money and sort of rifling them under the pillow and
You
just
think you've hidden stuff pretty well.
hiding stuff away for the night. Not too subtly, she's not hiding it from you, but just
Squirreling things
away, exactly. Yeah.
Irina has kind of come in, she's let her hair down, is brushing it. You can see her hair is pretty long, it kind of goes past the hip now that she's not got it tied up.
Does she look relaxed?
As relaxed as you've seen her.
Alright, I take my armour off and
Do you need a hand? Can I help? She kind of comes over.
And I sort of point around at where there's a buckle sort of on the side that's difficult to get to with the...
Yeah. Her hands are nimble and strong as she gets her fingers in and you get your armour off pretty quick.
The shuffle. And I oil it and buff it as a ritual before bed.
Good. She'll... Maybe we could train tomorrow?
I don't know if it's wise in the middle of town.
True.
We want to keep a low profile here.
Yes, yeah. No, that's for the best. She makes her way into sort of bed and tucks herself in. Good night, Hesia.
Night.
Good night, Brian. I can play with tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Oh, thanks. She kind of snuggles in bed. What do you want to do before you finally get in?
As I am polishing the shield, I'll cast Divine Sense on Vicinity to just as like a ritual before bed to make sure that there's nothing around that is.
You're still picking up evil coming from.
Yeah. Is it just that though?
Yeah. That you can sense. Boys, Ismark kind of comes in. We got in okay, didn't we?
Just about.
Would have been much easier if my father was still here.
It would be much easier if my wolf was still here, but
Much easier if my crossbow was still
I
there.
don't think it would.
I'm still sorry about that.
He was a great man. Everyone liked him.
I'm going to be honest with you, Ismark. You need to get more prideful. Because you have more than one child to look after now.
Yeah. It's just hard when other people's lives depend on the choice you're going to make with the action you're going to do. I just find myself always thinking of the consequences. What if I say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing? What if?
Play it off.
I've known I've always done it.
If something goes wrong, you then make it right. I'm right about every little situation you're in.
If something goes wrong, people can die.
Yep, and that's
Or
life.
worse than die. That would be my fault.
And then you make it right after that then.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what's next, worry about what's here now. Worry about your sister, worry about Brian. Worry about your people.
Yeah, I need to get back to the village at some point. There's a lot to do.
Maybe make a fence. Don't let old ladies in to sell children for pasties. Be one of them.
Oh, maybe we could bring some of the people here. Maybe that could be an option. The town looks well defended. Anyway, thank you for all your help so far. I really couldn't have done this without you.
It's not me. You
No, it's not your choice to be here. Maybe you were tricked to come in. Or maybe it was the Morning Lords who brought you here.
It was none of that at all. It was fate and my queen.
Well, then I thank them both. I'll try better tomorrow, Gabriel. We'll talk in the morning.
Don't try, do. I say with a slight kind of dad, kind of like a slight dad voice to it. Like,
Charles, we have mum,
like
we have dad.
Almost like intimidating. It's like sort your life out kind of tone.
He kind of leans over and blows the candle. Give me a perception.
That would be a crit.
Crit
I'm not even joking.
Good
that is a raven
Good dadding.
sat right there.
Dad to the
Critical dadding.
These dice.
These dice. You will not take them away from us.
As you are going to sleep and you focus your mind and you empty it. You do whatever you do to go to sleep as your body starts to relax. He's trying his best to muffle it. He's trying his best to hide it. But you hear the... and a couple more little sobs coming from his bed.
Oh.
I am going to use my...
Violence!
I'm going to use message.
Yeah.
That's my method.
So you point a finger at a creature within range, and then you whisper a message. And I went, I will say, you are an adult. You are now technically a father. Tears will not help you.
He's probably, like, age-wise, he's like late 20s, mid to late 20s.
Yes. Yeah, I'm basically telling that you're a father now. You need to suck it up and get stronger.
You whispering to him in his sleep?
Oh no, he's not asleep. He's not asleep.
Okay, just sobbing.
Yeah, he'll...
But I won't say it out loud. I'm literally just putting this straight into his brain.
Like an inspirational,
like if someone's whispering.
90s, like, tape.
Yeah, all
You are a
night.
strong, confident woman.
Strong,
We
independent.
don't need no vampires.
Brilliant, I love it. We need to do that. There's like a way to do like a recorded message, I'm sure. Brilliant. You sleep. Just everyone give me a D20. Just a natural D20.
19.
15.
16.
Good at sleeping.
11.
I am dead.
What did you get?
19. I am the best
13.
sleeper.
Oh, no, this is comfortable, it's warm, it's dry.
The floor's good.
As you sleep, your minds wander. And when you're inside this room, it's very easy to forget where you are. You can hear in the night the little pitter-patter of a bit of rain, but you all close your eyes in a deep sleep. Hessia.
Yes. Hello.
You died.
Again.
Dead.
You dream... The bulb's just died.
Yeah, but I just noticed that as well.
You dream you are back at the windmill. You can hear it turning. You're very aware that you're dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like the waking. You're outside it. For some reason, you're walking towards it still. As you look up and you see there's a very tall, elderly lady holding your hand. Remember, Nanny knows best. As your vision kind of rocks up and down. Come in, little one. As she slowly opens the door and takes you inside and closes it behind and puts a hand on it. As you look up at her hand, you can see it slowly starts to change colour and goes up her arm and to her face as the expression changes to this long nose. You thought you'd escaped me, did you? You thought you could hide from me, did you?
Kind of, yeah.
Nowhere is safe for you. Nowhere is free. You attacked my daughters. Now your soul, your essence is mine.
Uh-oh.
The room starts to do the kind of Gandalf, you took me for the betrayer of cheap tricks, as it gets bigger and bigger, as she does as well. Now, what should we do with you, little girl? As you can see the claws growing on her hand. You hear in the back of your head a voice. A reassuring voice. You've heard it before. I can help you. Just say.
Well.
What do you offer me?
Oh boy.
We've been through this. The same as before, I offer you my services.
I need more.
Uh-oh.
As again, you can see this hag. She looks more powerful, stronger than the other two that you saw.
Gold, silver.
As you can see, this gem in the shape of a heart on her neck is black, but it's almost like it's emanating light, but it's black. You can try and kind of imagine coming out. Are you not going to try and run, little girl? I like the chase.
I mean, this is a dream, but yes, I would try and run.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you run?
We're still in this windmill.
You're in the windmill. She's got like one hand on the door. There are some windows here.
Up the stairs
Yep.
to the first floor window.
You start running up the stairs and she slowly walks after you. As you're kind of running, the stairs are getting longer and longer and longer as you're kind of running up, and she's just calmly walking behind you.
Oh god, I've had this dream.
What do you offer me?
Anything you want.
Deal! Give me a... No, you would wake up. You'd wake up. You can hear coming from Hessia. She's like running in her covers. She's talking. Everything that she said out loud.
Right.
And then the last thing she says is anything you want.
Wow.
As you look over your shoulder, you can see her still coming.
I grab her by the shoulders and shake her.
Give me... No, you can't. As you do, her eyes flick open, but they're jet black. There's no pupil, there's no white, no cilia, so it's just pure black orbs in each one.
I think that's bad.
I got done fucked up.
Yeah, fucked it.
As you continue to run, you feel like a deep power resonate within you, like a deep, like you've touched your sorcerer's bloodline. So where your power comes from is actually in your veins. It's not learned skill, it is just the power of chaos.
Yeah.
And you've touched that kind of tornado of energy. But as you touch this power, this is like foundations. This is like touching, leaning against a castle and feeling something that is immovable, impregnable, indestructible. It's that kind of deep well of pure...
Yeah.
This soul is mine! As the witch or the hag. No! She attacked mine! She belongs to me! As she kind of claws up. Last chance! This soul is mine!
Popular.
As you kind of look down in surprise and see that this voice is coming out of your mouth. As she keeps stepping forward.
Grab the bowl of water from earlier and throw it over.
You hear Constance say what I've just said.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can I bless it first?
Oh!
Yeah, take a
Kill
turn.
me again!
Yeah. I mean, would that count as like my spell bless, or would that just a paladin-y kind of?
Like a little something, something.
Yeah.
To actually consecrate the water or to make it holy. Yeah, you use your bless spell on it.
Yeah.
That works for me. It's a good fun roleplay.
Cool.
Yeah, so you spend an action, you grab some water.
Utter a prayer over it, something that I vaguely remember from like an old class that.
Give me a perception.
11.
No. Yeah.
Not good at the priest side, I
Brian-
remember.
Brian is like freaking out.
Yeah.
Irina has kind of woken up to this.
Yeah.
Is it him? Is it him? Is he here? Is he here? Constance?
I ignore them and throw the water over Hessia.
This hag goes forward to touch you. With pure assurance, you kind of like... it's almost like something moves before your hand moves. So you can see your hand moving before.
Yeah.
This kind of dark, deep hand as you kind of grab her wrist and hand into the chest. This soul is mine! As she goes flying back. Your eyes ping open. It hurts like hell. Constance, you hear the screech of what you've heard before, like a hag type screech when you were fighting and you were hitting with holy, coming from within your room.
Do we hear any of this?
That last one, you definitely.
I feel like if she was woken up in that manner,
If you're soaking wet,
she'd probably cast something without thinking about it. Especially with like the wild magic.
Is Hessia undead? Do I know that?
when you did,
You seen you did, didn't you?
Did it say
You
undead?
detected evil. And
evil
you-
and undead
undead.
emanating from her.
Okay. So I can't use command on her.
No. You get the distinct feeling that something else is in the room with you. The others, you probably, who would definitely wake up. These two, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a roll to see if you would get
Eric, I think, would have woke me up.
Oh, yeah,
Eric stays awake, doesn't he?
Yeah, if he was keeping watch.
I cast Divine Sense on the room.
I presumably remember all of it. It's the kind of dream that you remember when you wake up.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You can sense coming from the far corner of the room evil. Let me just tell you what sort of evil.
Bad evil.
Bad juju.
Not the good kind.
Fiend.
Fiend.
Coming from the corner of the room where you'd be able to sense it. You can see nothing there though.
God, the loopholes of like the wording on all my cards is like because a lot of mine are a creature that you can see.
Yeah, you can sense it, but you can't see it.
Yeah. I grab my silver sword.
Pardon?
I grab my silver sword,
Yeah.
and is it the far side of the room from where Hessia is?
And Hessia's side, and it kind of got pushed. It's near the window, kind of Hessia's side. So if you've got like a long room, windows at the bottom, beds all kind of like this, door here. It's kind of this corner.
And Hessia's over there as well.
Yeah, that was the furthest from.
Yeah.
As you focus on it for a second, it seems to pause there, and then just passes straight through the wall out of detection.
I'd have like sprung out of bed.
Yeah, you-
Crackling with like.
Do it in character. What do you do? So what you say is what you say.
I should say. I don't think she wouldn't say, but she would like just have it and just like you can feel like magic coming off the hand, like crackling.
Grab her by the shoulder and say, "What did you do?"
Red and Jackal.
Nothing. I did nothing. It was a dream. It was a dream. It was the dream. It was a dream.
Irina Constance is in here.
No,
Has he found us
I don't
already?
know. It
was the hags. It was the hags back in the windmill.
what?
I dreamed about the hags.
You two will be able to enter if you wanted.
Red would have immediately
jumped up.
grabbed a spear and
Grab my
ran in.
wrist. Yeah, got time to put my
Gabriel?
arm out through.
I just got up.
It was like, yeah, you guys run in.
Yeah.
You see a very wet Hessia. See Constance has got hold of.
Did that cause any damage?
You should have done.
Blessed
I'll
water.
tell you in a bit.
I don't know. I didn't see that hag take my blood, did I? I was still.
I saw it and we told you.
Did you tell me?
Yeah.
Okay. I saw.
Because that's why we thought you were undead or
Yep.
cursed from that.
Yeah.
It's one of those hags. It was back at the windmill. She told me she had my soul, my essence, and then she chased me up the stairs, and the stairs went on forever.
I'll run up
And
to her
then you
and
woke me up.
protection from evil on her, like just straight away.
You feel much more reassured and centered by it.
Crackling
Sure.
stopped. She sort of sits back down on the edge of the bed.
I'm going to
Is it
open the
still here?
shutters. Just peek out the shutters to see if there's anything outside.
Give me a perception.
19.
Yeah. From your viewpoint here, what would you see? So you're kind of like on the main road. There would definitely be a patrol walking it with some torches. That's about it. It's very, very quiet. Every single house seems to have shutters closed at this time. A light drizzle coming down.
And I use divine sense on the just to see if
Yeah. No,
I can
can't pick up any evil out here now.
spidey senses.
I found you dressed and walked in.
Yeah, you make your way in. So again, you see Constance has
Looking out
got.
the window.
You're still holding Hessia?
Yeah,
Holding a wet Hessia.
just one hand.
Sizzling slightly.
What was that all about then?
I-
I was having a lovely dream.
I don't think we've quite escaped the hags from the windmill.
Is it the curse that they put on you?
But perhaps we went in the room. I had a dream. Hags, one of them was there, and she said she had my essence, my soul, and she chased me up a never-ending staircase, and then I woke up.
Give me a knowledge religion. Anyone who's got that. Or knowledge arcana.
3.
11.
Classic Constance. 1. Crit fail.
Classic
Every religion roll.
Arcana or religion?
That was religion. +1, so it was
We're
a
not
2.
very religious.
11
But it was a crit
arcana.
Okay.
We're not very religious.
Or arcane.
Despite everything.
Crit!
Ooh.
Critical.
On arcane, so what was the total?
Do you want to swap dice?
21.
Good old days.
Like,
Shall we swap dice?
We'll swap careers.
Yes, there we go.
Okay. You put 1 and 1 together. You knew they were spellcasters from seeing them cast spells.
Yeah.
You were not really sure what spells they could cast. But from hearing that they stored the blood, it's more than likely that they've scryed
okay.
to know your exact location.
Oh, good.
Once someone's got one of your items, or knows your true name, or knows you very well, it's a lot easier to scry for you. Blood makes it incredibly easy.
Yeah.
There was something physically here. Something that could pass through the wall. I felt it.
You also saw one of them go to the ethereal plane.
Name.
With your knowledge from the Raven Queen, you have heard of very powerful items that night hags can make. As you search and wreck your brain now that you've rested a bit.
Yeah.
And you know there's 2.
The necklace in the bag.
There's a necklace and a bag. But thinking on it, the necklace allows them to go into the ethereal plane. The soul bag. They have a very powerful spell called Nightmare Haunting.
That sounds accurate.
When a hag in the ethereal plane can touch somebody and haunt their dreams and can actually kill them in their dream and then stores their soul in their bag, feeding off it.
What's the name of that spell again? This nightmare.
Nightmare
Haunting.
Haunting.
Is there anything else to know about night hags?
With nat 20 on it, they only do that to evil people. To be able to... They can't... they get no nourishment or whatever they get from it, you're not sure, from doing it to...
Crumpet.
That's me.
So that is your knowledge on them. You would probably know anything that stops them coming in, hallowed ground, also protection from evil, will physically stop them from being touched.
Okay. How long does your protection of evil work?
Second character, please.
I can protect someone from evil. It will consume some of my divine power, but it does not last long. I'd estimate probably around 10 minutes or so. It's not something I can keep up long term.
Okay. It sounds like they used their soul bag on you. And because you have the curse that makes you appear evil to Constance here, they can come and rip your soul out of you and then feast on it. It's quite enjoyable. Quite a good read, actually.
How did you break out of it in the first place? Maybe we can repeat that.
How did I break out of?
The curse, the nightmare. You said you woke up.
Threw holy water over me. Well, I assume that's what
Are
you
you
did because
okay?
it hurts and I'm wet. I've been covered in holy water.
Maybe that's the way to do it.
Caffeine is, I think, also a good idea. Maybe I just won't ever sleep again.
Or maybe we need to find out a way of lifting a curse that's made you perceive as appear evil and undead.
Yes.
So you won't be able to heal her because you will heal her with divine magic, and that will
not.
really end up hurting.
We do have a druid with us who is
Does
more
hallowed ground
unnatural.
work?
Hallowed ground does work.
Can we?
You did see the chapel of a church when you came here.
The one that we were told not to go to under any circumstances.
No?
No.
That was the windmill that we went to.
No, I thought when we arrived, he said, like, don't go to the church. Maybe, okay, perhaps I heard that wrong.
I think it might have been the not the castle, but
Okay, sorry, I'm thinking of something
where
else.
the burger lives.
Yeah, we may have to see the Burgermeister anyway, because of course we have the other Burgermeister from another town here.
Can we make hallowed ground portable?
If we were to like pray, could we like bless the bed or something like that?
And then you could carry me around in bed.
Ground.
There are... You've heard of holy relics, that where they are placed can make hallowed grounds very powerful priests.
Like the priest who got killed by Strahd.
Can consecrate ground,
We could go back there.
so that would be hallowed.
We need to possibly take
I'm not sure.
Arena to the hallowed ground of that temple,
I'll take it.
but that's another day's journey.
We're already all going there.
That's where we're heading to.
That's where we're heading to anyway.
I mean, I'm still good. I will definitely take her then. Yes.
Yes.
That's the plan.
If
It
they
is
have,
maybe
if they
indeed
have more
already the
powerful
plan.
priests,
But we do need to
they
talk
may be able
to
to.
We go there first. Fishing huts.
Fishing hut probably first because that girl was in danger in the school.
This is
Yes,
only
that's
a
much
nightmare
more
hunting,
important
right?
than
Yeah.
the thing trying to kill me in my nightmares.
It's only when you sleep. that
Yes.
they
Do you have a solution for how I don't sleep?
No, we can go to the church and ask them.
You hear
for a
someone
sanctuary and
walking
to-
down the corridor towards you. He's making no effort to mask his steps.
And that'll be one. I look at
The door was left open. He walks in. Is everything okay? Again, this big black beard. He's quite a big man. You can see him in quite a nice sort of night roby type thing brought tight around him. Quite dark. In the light, you can't really see that well. I'm guessing you maybe got like one candle or something like that open on. He doesn't seem to be annoyed. He seems to have concern and be.
Good morning.
It's quite all right.
Just a nightmare, just
We
a
just had someone
nightmare.
have a
It's
nightmare.
like 2-3 in the morning.
We had such a trying
I put
journey.
the biggest fake smile on as I possibly can.
I'm sorry if we woke you.
There is no need to apologise.
We had such a trying journey. Our colleague is
He kind of looks round.
suffering from the nightmares of what we experienced.
I'm fine. The tail may suggest that she is not fine.
It's like a cat when they get annoyed.
Swish, swish, yeah. Literally like that.
Annoyed cat.
Is everything okay? Can I do anything to help?
Some fresh bedding, if possible. This one is now soaked.
Because of her.
Sorry, I knocked over the water dish in an attempt to...
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll be back in just a moment. Let's see. Makes his way down.
Right.
Light a couple of more candles.
Get back to sleep. We head to the fishing hut.
We're letting her sleep again.
I'm not going back to sleep, just making that quite clear.
If she's going to sleep, we'll need to put her at... Maybe we go to the church, ask for sanctuary or something like that.
If you all want to sleep, you can go back to sleep. I am not going back to sleep. I shall keep watch.
You've not slept enough to get a full night's sleep. So if you don't sleep,
It does take a lot of power for them to do that spell, and they had to be in ethereal plane.
Red's gonna go back into the other room and just you hear like a dragging across the floor, she's dragging all the bedding in, just sets it up in the middle of the floor. And just settles back down.
You can all go back to sleep, but I'm not.
You'd know to be a cleric.
Yeah.
To be able to hallow something is 5th level spell.
Okay. I'm not strong enough to bless this place enough to protect her.
And I'm guessing Fate and the Raven Queen don't want you to have the curse removed yet, because I could probably learn that out of my book at some point when the lady believes it to be useful. Right now, I'm going to go get some sleep.
All right.
Unless we want to go gallivanting off, but right now I am still very tired.
Gate. Shut.
There's no church in this place, is what I meant.
No, there is.
There's a
There is,
church.
yeah.
So we could go to that. Wouldn't that be hallowed ground at the church or not?
You would assume so, yeah.
Yeah.
Gods.
Are you suggesting we leave now?
Either you stay up all night, or we go to the church and you can sleep there.
Or I could just go to the church.
I don't know if it's a good idea for you to go on your own.
Erin comes back. Bed in.
Thank you, Ed.
I'll get you some water.
Thank you.
I'm going to take the water before it gets anywhere near you, and I'm just going to put it over here.
He starts changing the sheets. There's no
Good night,
grumbling
everyone.
from him.
Good night, everyone. I'm going to head to bed.
Good night.
Because I want to look as normal as possible in front of Erin.
I'm going to get back into my bed.
Yep. He
Red's
changes.
already sat in the little pile of bedding on the floor.
How long does protection removal last? 10?
10 minutes.
I'm
He changes
Pacing.
the sheets.
pace the room. Nervous energy, twitchy tail. Probably making it very difficult for other people in the room to sleep.
Irina. Ismark came in and just kind of stood near the door.
Yeah.
Good old Ismark.
Yeah, you didn't really notice it. It's when you went to leave,
Yeah.
you kind of saw him standing outside.
Classic Ismark.
Is she okay?
She's fun. We will solve that issue tomorrow, as well as the lost girl in the fishing hut, as well as getting your sister to somewhere a lot safer than here. Yes, there's a long to-do list.
He makes your bed for you. Irina kind of comes up. You must be strong for whatever we have to face tomorrow. Would it help if you shared my bed with me?
Depends whether you also want to get murdered by a hag.
Is Erin still in the room at that point?
Pardon?
Is Erin still in that room?
Subtly.
He doesn't. He doesn't raise an eyelid. He doesn't. There's no eyebrow movement. He's just getting on with his job.
It looks like they're used to it here.
I am going to point a news message and be like, don't worry about it, they only kill the person that they have the blood from.
To who?
Your knowledge of scrying would be like places very similar to what that orb's doing. You can see around.
Yeah.
So the witch would have seen everyone in your room before.
But they wouldn't have. I don't believe the nightmare can hurt anybody else apart from them who is in the nightmare. Also, she's the only evil one. Now I'm pointing at you, and I'm walking off.
Now we know how to wake you. If anything happens to you in the night, I'll wake Constance straight away.
You go.
No, please. We've got to be strong for tomorrow.
That sounds like a good plan. I will. I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder and I'm going to cast suggestion on you and say, I think it's a really good idea for you to get some rest. Go to sleep.
So you can choose to resist it.
Undead.
No, it does. It works.
Yeah.
You don't need to question it.
Yeah. Any creature that can understand me, hear and understand me.
So you can choose to try and resist it. It's up to you.
Just huff, like, fine, but I'm sleeping in my own bed, and go back to the same, the one in the corner.
Okay.
I catch the eye of Jekyll and Arena, and I sort of make a motion to be like, we keep watch. Don't know what that motion would be.
Yeah.
I'm just going to loudly declare to the room that if I don't wake up again, it's your fault, and I will haunt you all.
I say you get into bed,
Yeah.
and you are asleep before you know what's happened. You are just gone.
Okay.
The joy of the power of suggestion. Yep. I suggest you get into bed and go to sleep. So that is exactly
That's
what
what
your body
you've
does.
Okay.
Red's got, now that the door's shut, she's moved her bed right in front of the door. So she sleeps in front of the door.
Cute.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my bed.
She just curls. Oh, she'll let you out first.
Okay.
Yeah, she just
Are
curls
we
up.
giving Arena the first watch?
Okay.
Yeah, Irina, I'll watch first. It's the least I can do.
You're going to be by yourself.
Come have a slumber
I'm not
party.
going to sleep on the floor.
You come have a slumber party in this room.
Share with Irina, she'd like that.
I'm not going to sleep on the floor.
You go to sleep. I'll let you decide how easy or hard it is for you to get back to sleep. If you want to go back to sleep, because your character would, that's fine.
Yeah.
Some hours pass. Irina would wake up.
We do a rotation watch.
Yeah.
Then.
So you do 2 hours each.
Mm-hmm.
Jekyll next.
Yeah.
Give me a perception.
Okay. 15.
You can definitely hear a regular changing of the guard going out. You also hear there's definitely a lot of bird activity, and especially late at night. You're not. But anything else? No.
How often is the change of the guard?
They seem to be at least every half an hour doing a lap through the central. But apart from that, your watch goes without incident.
Okay.
Constance, same again. Give me a roll. This will be the last one.
4. Not great.
Is staring at a wall. Yes, all is well.
As you kind of look around this room, you look kind of over near the door and you see curled up this little halfling thing. Twigs in its hair. Do you snore?
No.
Purr?
I can imagine little,
Sort of
little
like-
animal noise.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, you know when dogs sleep and they just sort of do that.
The occasional leg twitch.
Yeah.
Running in your sleep.
Sort of like
Throwing
she
a
breathes
spear
quite
at your
heavily.
Okay.
If you're woken up by running into a door.
Turn into a wolf in your sleep.
That's weird.
Irina looks quite peaceful. You can see here when she's asleep, she doesn't seem to carry the worry that you've seen in her eyes and her face.
I assume I've probably given Jekyll my bed when we swapped over.
Yeah, so we can stay all together. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
I would cast a clean. But
You see him straighten everything out.
That's it.
But it
look
makes it
over.
like.
And you look over to Irene. She has got this just true, natural girl next door beauty, innocence to her.
Yeah.
And then you look to Jackal, and it's a different kind of handsomeness, a different kind of. There's no arguing he is exquisitely handsome, like Adonis-like features to him. And then Hessia, asleep. The little tail every now and again just kind of twitching outside of the covers. Early in the morning, you hear some people walking outside. This time they are trying to be quiet as they walk past your room. And you hear a couple of footsteps of boys running past. One of them saying, Dad, come on, we can wake him up now, be awake. Come on.
We forgot about Brian.
Oh,
Nope.
he's still alone.
Yeah.
He's tired, he's had a long day. Brom, come and help me downstairs. Okay, Dad, okay. All of you wake up. You sleep the rest of the night.
Okay.
You don't dream.
Hooray.
And awaken in the morning in a warm bed, dry, comfortable, relaxed. Even with the little fright in the middle of the night, all of you have had the best night's sleep you've had since getting to Barovia.
I'm alive. I wake up and just declare that.
Yes, you are.
I wake up and open up the shutters. Are the ravens still there?
There are ravens fluttering around, yes.
I open the window
Uh-huh.
and I start reading from the book, and I will do a ritual called Find Familiar.
What do you need to do it? Is there an ingredient for it?
Material 6 gold worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. I guess I've got them in my dungeoneering pack. Also, I
What do you need, sorry? Charcoal?
charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Probably not the herbs.
Okay.
Incense, yeah, you'd have that. You'd probably need to buy the herbs.
Okay.
Or ask Red, probably would.
Cool.
But that's probably not something you would. Unfortunately.
That's right. I'll find some herbs then.
You all awaken. Is there anything you want to do first thing in the morning?
Stretch.
Celebrate another night survived.
clean myself off.
From being asleep.
Sweat when you're asleep.
From sleeping.
A sweaty sleeping dragon.
You sound so hot right now.
Are you modest?
Yeah.
Carry on.
So we've just got like a naked dragonborn in this room.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, we didn't describe our pajamas.
Is Jackal modest?
Are you
Like
clothed?
he'd be sleeping just in underwear, basically.
Okay.
Oh my!
He's happy to show his body off.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
If you got it, work it.
Is Mark awake in my room?
Is Mark? Yeah, he'll wake up with you.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, so under Constance's wimple is like a little cap.
Oh, damn it! No hair!
And so she took that off, but she's kept the cap on.
Amazing.
Red would have
Yeah.
probably
Underneath
taken
that is a
off some
smaller
of
cap.
the wrappings on her arms and legs. But yeah. So basically she's all like bare gangly arms and legs.
All of you can go through your morning rituals to get your spells without incident if you want to. If you want to role play through it, let me know.
I'll be praying to Soon
Yeah.
after I get out of bed and kind of wipe myself off, tie myself off, and I'll start praying to Soon.
Did you know that Jackal worships soon?
Of love and beauty?
From the, would I know that from the mirror? Would I have any?
Probably now, yeah. So,
You probably have seen
shall
me
I do
praying to
religion?
Soon.
yeah, give me knowledge religion. We'll give you.
Because I'm so great at those.
You probably would have seen me praying to Soon
16,
before on the
alright.
journey, because we've
17.
been for a few days,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If there was any doubt, there's not now.
What alignment is soon?
Bear with me.
Sorry to ask irritating questions.
It's okay. I think it's chaotic good.
I think it's chaotic good. Bear with me.
It's love and beauty is the domain.
Cute.
So they bring beauty into the world through a number of means, not just physical beauty, but art, song, sculpture.
Cute.
It's worship through that. Their shrines and temples are incredible, like nothing for just the pure beauty of it brings you closer to their god.
Sure.
In all of their things. I think it's chaotic good. I don't have it here. Sorry.
Yeah, it's chaotic good. I'm pretty sure.
Chaotic good.
And as I'm praying as well, it'll be like you'll notice that any kind of blemishes that seem to be that I seem to have kind of just kind of it's like gone.
Wow.
It's all kind of immaculately smooth.
How do you pray?
I kind of I wouldn't have gotten dressed. I'll still be in my underwear, kind of kneel down by the bed, and I'll have the mirror like at my feet, and kind of just be looking down at the mirror, kind of in contemplation of beauty.
How strong are you as Constance?
17.
Jacked.
He looks. You see him now. He is like almost as jacked as you, like body wise, but his is like more sculpted. I'm imagining, kind of like
more lean. Think like Greek athlete.
Yeah, exactly what I was imagining. Scaled Greek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm guessing you're kind of more.
Yeah. Yeah, rugby player,
That's the way.
exactly. Yeah.
Built like a brick house.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cool. I think Constance would feel very awkward that there's somebody doing a really good job of praying and would then quietly.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly. No, just sort of like, sort of feel that response of like that duty, like, oh yeah, I should do that too, and pull out the tunic, tabard, and just sort of fold it neatly with the symbol on the front, so that that's like sort of framed, and then quietly attempt to pray as well. And I mean, can I roll to see how good I am at that?
Roll to
because I
pray.
think that's something that's very.
Give me a knowledge religion.
10. So
You've been worse. You've been
50-50 on the praying front.
So it's like one of those times where when you would say the Lord's Prayer as a kid, you would know if you got it right or wrong, but you might not know the words just because of that tune in your head.
Yeah.
That's more than likely how I'm imagining she's remembered all of these things, not because she's memorised the words and understands
And
what
the
they all
meaning
mean.
for each thing, just
Exactly. She's just
the rhythm.
exactly.
the rhythm and the dum 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 dum.
And hoping to, if she says it enough times, hopefully at some point she'll understand
And it will sink in.
the weight of it, sort of thing.
Nice. That's it.
Really subconsciously, though.
She doesn't have any sort of religious routine. She just sort of pretty much.
The chaos of it. Which side of the bed do I get out? The foot.
The head.
I back roll out of bed.
Just stands up on the bed, walks down it, jumps off the end.
Fucking savage.
Has a little bit of a stretch. It's like, right, I'm good to go. Starts retrieving all her stuff from under the pillow, under the mattress. Get the eye patch back on. Balance it.
In the middle.
Fascinator. There's a fascinator on the side. Counts up all the. Yeah, that's what she would do. She would like get out the coin pouches
All of her little trinkets and whatnot.
and check that they're all still there and the same amount of coin is in there and that kind of thing.
Red.
Red would go over to the window and open up the window. And as she's sort of like putting her arm wrappings and her leathers back on, she's sort of like trying to ignore the skyline of the houses and trying to like look up and just breathing in the air.
It's misty, but not as misty as you've seen.
Yeah, she's just trying to ignore the houses and buildings and try and focus on the nature.
Yeah,
like
you
watching
can
the
see,
skies.
To the south. Sort of southeast, but mainly south. A very large mountain range, which is quite appealing to look at.
Yeah.
And then over to the east, you can see sort of just the outline of sort of a hill stroke mountain range, which you know of.
Yeah.
To be,
so she's just focusing on like the nature aspects and.
No, it's quite a pleasant land, and the forest does come very close to the walls around here.
Yeah.
From this vantage point that you can see.
Yeah. So she's like, putting her armour back on, her leather wrappings, her furs, adjusts the rabbit foot around her neck.
Probably not.
Maybe try. She's probably going to see Jackal like looking like the way he preens himself, and she's probably looking at her hair and like trying to pull her like nails through her hair, but it's so dreadlocked, so matted that it just.
Irina is kind of up and does her very long hair and does it into the sort of plait straight braids around the back, hiding it. She looks much more attractive when she's got her hair just down naturally. As she kind of looks over and sees you. Can I help? She like shows you her brush.
She tries to pull her hair through her fingers and just like loads of like black hair comes out.
It'll probably hurt a little bit at first.
She sort of just turns her back and looks out the window, but is not being standoffish.
Okay.
She's just turned her back as if like sort of okay. There's still a lot of there is like years worth of crap just in her hair.
She kind of starts taking bits out and pulling bits.
Every single thing is like
it's an uncomfortable experience.
Probably better just
we picked up a hairbrush in the murder house, so I'm going to get that
I
out.
don't want to use the murder brush.
I'm going to get that out my pack and just like offer it out.
After last night and after everything, like after losing her shadow and like whatever's happening there, to be like, I've picked up a murder brush. I think you should use it. Like,
I'm pretty sure someone was killed by it.
I'm
Now
pretty
it's
sure it contains the soul of a dead child. There you go.
Don't say I don't care.
Gabriel.
I get up. I get a pack of cards.
Yeah.
Lay them out. I say heart, and then I draw the card. See if it's a heart or not.
Choose a number, 1 to 4.
4.
It is a heart.
Hey!
Put it back in. Put the deck away. Look into. I'm guessing there's a mirror in the room.
Yep.
Look at my face. Use my mask of many faces. Change it up a little bit. Put on my hat, and then the hat disappears.
Yes. So you're putting like an illusion over your whole body. Okay.
Okay.
We're on the stairs.
Are you in the other room?
I'm in the other room.
Yeah. Okay, so we're not there like magic disappearing.
You see Ismark get ready. He seems to have like a very regimented, religious, as he's getting dressed, pulling stuff tight, putting things on, buttoning up the next layer tight, keeping everything very formal. Can't think it can be the most comfortable of clothing. As he gets it all on quite privately, doesn't kind of look to you constantly, got his back towards you as he does. So then he sort of does his hair and looks at himself in the mirror. He's got a couple of days stubble. He doesn't look particularly impressed by it.
I pass him a dagger. If he wants to show.
He'll be fine.
Draw a card.
I'll go to the others. He makes his way through and kind of sees everyone finishing off their kind of morning routine. Give me a d20 to see how well Irina does with you.
With the murder brush.
D20.
19.
Whoa!
Oh my god, have I got like really nice long flowing locks now?
Come on, murder brush.
Come on, murder brush. The whole time she's probably like gripping
How
onto
much
the window.
pain does Red put up with?
She can put up with a fair amount.
Because it would be, ladies, you'll have to correct me, but I'm guessing this is going to be very uncomfortable.
For like a year's worth of not brushing. Yeah.
Do wolves groom each other?
They do groom each other. So she would have been groomed every now and then, but we're talking it's still like just max.
Yeah.
It would have been like kind of licked rather than
Yeah.
unknotted.
Sure.
So she'd probably have to brush some of it out, wouldn't she? And some of it would have to be chopped out.
Yeah. So she's probably cut a bit of her hair off.
Yeah, if you let her.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But she's like literally just every single thing is like
quite,
digging into
she's
the wood.
firm but gentle with like a hand on your head. And just every now and again you can tell when she like pulls a bit too hard. I'm sorry. It looks considerably better.
Yeah.
What sort of style would you like me to do it?
A style. I don't know.
The same as mine? You can see hers is not from the few Barovian women you've seen. Her hair is not the kind of style of it. Hers is just more practical.
It's like plaits and up, isn't it?
Plaits and up.
Yeah, she sort of has a look and nods. She's feeling very self-conscious.
Doesn't talk while she does it. She does quite happily, quickly plaits your hair. You can hear the smell of cooked meats.
Hear the smell.
Hear the smell.
Oh boy.
Wow. Can I hear it sizzling?
Wonder what the
Murder brush. Murder brush can do all sorts of things. You can hear smells.
And there's a lightning storm coming. You can smell cooked meats wafting upstairs. And the sound of not a particularly practiced man singing, but a man singing who you would assume to be Erwin. I will not do an impression of it, but he is not a trained voice. But it is a happy... Imagine your dad singing in the kitchen. It is someone singing as they're doing something they enjoy.
Swedish chef.
Thank you.
Herbity.
Make way down.
Yes.
Yes, the moment Irina's done with the hair, Red like shoots down the stairs.
It's still very early. You guys have woken up. You went to bed pretty early, had a good 7 hours kip, even with an hour's... I mean, I'm guessing from my timing, you guys spent like an hour in the bar, then went straight to bed. So you went to bed at like 7 or 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Wow.
We were exhausted.
You were like...
We gained all our health from sleeping.
Yes, you're back to full. And everyone's got back full spell slots, even Hessia.
Even Hessia.
But
guess, you know what you don't have back? Your shadow.
Yeah.
You make way down.
What happened to the holy
Do you know what I
water
do
on
have
you?
back?
Did it damage her?
My hairbrush.
So the holy water didn't damage her?
No.
Oh.
It sizzled. But
Sizzle like a piece of bacon.
A smell that I can hear.
Bacon.
Yeah.
What meats is it?
Bacon. Just meat. Nondescript meat.
Like meat and sort of like a grainy, porridgey type thing.
Straight for the meat.
Need your food.
I'll just see the porridge.
You would know this meat.
What is it?
Wolf.
Oh!
Just drops it on, very deliberately drops it on the floor.
What's wrong with it?
Wasting food.
She, one at a time, she shows the picture of her wolf. just to guilt trip a bit more.
Yeah, the smell of it when you're there, you'd be able to tell it instantly.
Yeah. No, she's gonna go sit outside. Like on the front porch, she's gonna go sit outside.
I get 2 bowls of porridge and I go outside.
Yep.
Give you porridge.
There's something sweet on it. You're not quite sure what. Something like honey, like something.
Yeah, she just eats it with her
Sugary,
hands.
syrupy thing.
I'm going to be watching the Ravens.
Yeah. I've eaten child, so wolf is fine.
Yeah, I get a big bowl of both sort of mixed together more than they should be. I wolf it down.
Hey.
I'm here all week.
Choke on it.
I will eat porridge and wolf not mixed together because that's weird.
No.
You eat breakfast. You hear some people coming and going. Some people grab breakfast and then go through. The town seems to be coming to life. A lot of people, as they come in through the front, will kind of acknowledge you. They've all got these big smiles on their face. Good morning.
Red is just knees up, bowl on the knees, really, really.
Good morning.
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 Good morning.
And they continue around, and then Orin kind of welcomes them all. Are you going for quick breakfast, or are you taking your time? What's the plan here?
Quick.
quick.
We need to discuss what we're going to be doing.
It is dawn. Sun is
As much as it can be in Barovia.
exactly. It's not raining. There is a mist, so it's kind of damp out still, but it's not raining currently.
We still have that girl we need to save.
Hut.
Hut.
And
We
need
still
to
have a tiefling you need to save.
save poor Hessia here from her curse.
Yeah. It's a tragedy.
Should we
leave
go to the
now.
church first or leave now and go to the church after?
Leave now, go to church after. So we can go to the church if the town closes. So we have less time outside than we do inside.
True. The gate before it closes.
Do we not?
Yep.
Fine.
I know that dealing with this curse would probably be a good idea, but
Yeah, it would. But no, we'll go save the girl first. That's fine.
do we need it? Mark and
As you're
Arabelle?
chatting inside, you can hear Erwin saying to lots of people about his shortage of wines.
A real tragedy.
So some people do have watered wine first thing in the morning. You can definitely see the difference between the what they call the dulls. These people wear no colour, very little emotion on them. Eyes don't have that spark to them. Come in, they'll all have the porridge.
How many of them are there to, like, what's the ratio here in the room?
60-40?
What, Dalton on? Wow, okay.
Yeah. Something like that. What you've seen. He seems to be saying it mainly to the dolls. And they seem very upset by it.
Right.
But don't fear, we'll sort something out. The Wizard's Wine is not, their vineyard's not too far from here. I'm working on it.
I would like to strike up friendly conversation with one of the dolls. Is that the term that we've heard them being used as?
Yeah.
It's being referred to as?
Or drabs.
Drabs,
or
yeah, okay.
different slangs for it.
Yeah. Good day. Being cheerful.
There's almost like a jump as they look. Just a nod.
Did you sleep well? What's your name?
Kind of looks over. Hump. Need a good name for him.
Hom?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I did the classic like LARP thing of like, hello, NPC number 4. What's your name? Jeff.
Hom.
Boris. Bryanson.
All I can think of is names beginning with B now.
Bradley.
Hop.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
One
Craig.
second. I've got
Do something. I would need to be a
Barry.
simple name.
I've got a big list of names.
Bob.
Bear
You
with
need a
me.
hat.
Bob.
You need a hat full of names.
Yeah, I've got a.
Joe.
Hat of names.
Frederick. I've heard of Frederick. I mean, Frederick's a
Bryn.
A.
Oh,
Eduardo.
okay.
Esteban.
Cool.
Terrell.
Oh.
That's not what I was expecting.
There's no, the eyes don't focus on you. They're just kind of off somewhere. Kind of finishes his, puts down the wooden thing, takes a coin out of his pocket, puts it on the desk, turns and walks out.
Interesting.
That went well.
I think so. I'm getting better at small talk.
Red's going to go in and put empty bowl on the side. Look
Erin's
at
wife is Danica is behind the bar again with his black hair with flicks of silver in it, done up into kind of with like sticks through it. See, she has like a couple of feathers in the back. Thank you. So, thank you. Takes it, puts it in like a stack of dirties. From the sort of coinage, you can see that they're being left on the bar. They're not very expensive here for the food.
Right, what's our plan?
We go.
Am I to understand that the meat was not to your taste?
There's a teeth.
The meat was lovely, thank you.
We all have our preferences, and so kind of get in between them.
She once had a pet dog.
She looks at you with the word pet.
She doesn't look at her. She just finds it a bit close to that.
I see. Meat is quite hard to find in Barovia. We use some hunters who brave the wilds and hunt the wolves, thinning their numbers and also bringing us meat.
No, we understand. We bumped into some of their prey on our way here. It's a good job they do.
Yeah. I see. I'll do what I can to get you some other sort of meat. I understand your dislike. Myself, I do not like to eat anything that flies in the air. As
Red just turns around and walks out the door.
it's a very genuine, earnest look that she has towards you.
No, she turns around, goes out the door, and just says to the others, "We go."
Thank you.
Just before we leave, any chance you could look after little Brian for the day?
He's a strong arm on him. I'm sure he'll be useful if you have any errands to run. Just perhaps if he's with the other two.
I'm sure Brom and Bray will appreciate him. She puts a welcome hand out. It's quite elegant dress, different from the one she wore yesterday.
I point at Brian.
Yeah.
His message, like, behave yourself.
He. Help me with these dishes, Brian. Yes, Danica. She takes him behind the bar, goes to open it, and he kind of ducks under it and then puts it down again. You guys make your way out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As you do, you kind of cross the threshold with a tall man, high-cheeked, quite pale skin, but quite clean and clear, well-shaven, bright eyes, darkish hair kind of flopping down over the centre. Clearly taken some effort in his garb, but it has been muddied up a bit. His boots, especially, like high riding leather calf boots. Trousers of a style that outside in the Forgotten Realms would probably not a million miles away from fashion. Quite a close fitting top as he walks in, very big, genuine smile and happy eyes. Ah, Danica, am I too late for breakfast? Not at all. Not at all. Come in, Vasily. And she waves you off at the threshold, and he walks in and sort of sits at the bar. You have outsiders with you? Yes, they arrived last night. As you move out of earshot.
Where to first then? Like I was saying, the hut would be better
Yes.
with the time.
Hut first, then church, then the leader of this place.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah,
Is it an abbey or a church?
Then the
it's a
abbey.
church, then the abbey.
You have to go to an abbey, but somewhere else.
The abbey's
That's the
like
one that's
some
all
crest.
over
there.
Yeah.
Something.
Crest?
Is that the abbey?
We're trying to get Irina to.
You're told that Kresk is a town far to the west that lies near a hillside where an abbey lies on the top of the hill.
And that's where Irina will be safe, most likely.
You've heard.
In theory.
This is also somewhere that
From
she
what
could
you
be
can
safe.
see now, you've got your map. The further west, the further away you are from Ravenloft.
Very true.
Your knowledge of vampires, does he have to sleep in his crypt during day? That's what you would have heard, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially you, Gabriel. It would take him a long time to get there, a long time to get back.
Yeah.
If it is a holy place and they can defend.
It is powerful.
Fantastic, yeah. You start making your way up to the north.
Are there multiple gates, or is it just the one gate?
So you've got a north gate, the east gate that you came in, and the west gate as well.
The gate's close to the lake.
Yeah, I'm going on.
The gates do have names, which you would. Urim would give you the rundown. So the north gate is the Zarovich Gate.
The song of the town.
Madness.
What's North Gate called?
Zarovich Gate, because of the lake. The west gate is often referred to as the Sunset Gate, even though you would assume that no one has seen a sunset from it. And the east gate is the Morning Gate,
Makes sense.
but also called the Morning Gate.
As in M-O-U.
You.
Oh, they're so funny, aren't they?
Dual meaning.
No wonder everyone is so happy here.
Puns everywhere.
Remember, we don't want to stay here long because I'm not looking forward to having the enjoyment of this festival.
Enforced fun.
That's in 2 days' time.
2 days' time.
Or today and
As
tomorrow,
you-
and then the festival.
Kind of chatting, you can see guards moving around. You see a town crier. Ding, 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 ding. Hear you, hear you.
We're hearing.
Hear you. The festival of the blazing sun will commence after 2 more nights.
Red picks up her pace slightly.
Attendance is mandatory.
Picks up the pace a bit more.
As you're walking, you can feel a lot of eyes on you. Can everyone just give me, with your facial expression, the facial expression of your characters, please?
I'm trying to not laugh at all this lot and laugh at the people around me.
Ismark and Irina, have you taken them with you?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. They can have a day out.
Well, yeah, I need coin.
Oh yeah.
So
Of course.
Ismark's definitely come with because there could be shops on the
Money
way.
bags.
We have
And he knows this.
You feel a lot of eyes on you, Red.
She's defiant, scowling more.
2 guards soon approach. Whose child is this? They have these long spears.
Bristles.
As they kind of look at the group and they see you have a very similar haircut and style to Irina.
I'm an adult.
Are you trying to get us all doomed?
Just about.
Malicious unhappiness will not be accepted in any ways.
You're not sounding too happy, buddy.
As you look on his face.
That's the end of you.
As you say it. So what you say? Spears come down onto shields and are pointed at you.
Is everything okay? No need to be glum.
Oh, God.
Smile.
Smile. Everybody smile.
In front of everybody.
It's really unsettling to see their eyes and then to see these mouths. As he looks to one, gets him back up.
Why?
as you do that sigh, they a call goes out, and two more you can hear coming towards.
Why?
I was going to do so. That might cause more problems.
As decreed by Burgermeister Vargas Valakovich, malicious unhappiness shall not doom us all here.
I'm really happy. I've never been happier.
Whose daughter is this?
She like full on
As
bristles.
like all of their spears, the sort of more guards start filtering in.
She's no one's daughter.
Yeah, she's gonna like to Gabriel telepathically be like, "I'm an adult."
Yeah. She's an adult.
You realise since you've been here, you've not really seen any other
No.
halflings. They kind of look at you for a second.
She sort of does this with her wiggles her feet.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't wear shoes. Got little hairy feet.
Malicious unhappiness will not be accepted here. This is your last warning. We're taking you in.
But she's smiling.
We're all happy.
It's what happened if I was wolf.
They kind of look at you and see you're pretty heavily armed, and one of them kind of looks over. Is it Cup? Fetch him.
Fetch who?
They kind of say to one of the others. One of them goes running off.
Red just sits down.
I'm not buying guards. I say, under my
Various
breath,
people as they're walking past. Good morning, officers. Good morning. Big smiles as they kind of smile and nod back.
Oh, she's just a little bit cranky in the morning. We just need to get her to the lake, and then she'll have a big old smile on her face. The longer you keep us here with her not smiling because she isn't by the lake, the longer it takes for you to settle in your own doom. With a big smile on my face.
You'll be the doom of all of us with this
Well,
kind of attitudes.
You're going to be the doom if you don't let us go to that lake.
Is that a threat?
Smile. No.
Lake, please.
It's a promise.
Whilst this conversation is going on, I am, as subtly as I can, using thaumaturgy to create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice. So just round the corner, some sobbing. Listen to that awful, awful sadness. I think you should investigate the sadness. That's much sadder than we are. Look how happy we are. Happy.
Red's still sat on the ground, just cross-legged.
So there's like 5 guards with you. They send 2 of them.
Damn it.
They kind of check it out quick. As they sort of run round the corner.
I tried, Tim.
Right, you see.
Wouldn't this be way better if I had their facial expression? Could have a way to solve this, or it could make it worse.
You could just smile.
No, I was thinking turn to a wolf and just waggy tail.
I don't think they like wolves here very
Tall
much.
man walking towards you. You would guess, age-wise, mid-20s, maybe younger, maybe a little bit older. Shaven head. He stands tall, maybe about 6'1", 6'2", broad, wearing furs over his shoulder. You can see on his back very large axe head with a point coming out the back of it. Big 2-handed job. As he walks over, you can see heavy armour underneath these big furs. You've seen people who... Have you ever seen Equilibrium?
Yeah.
they like take these drugs so they don't feel emotion.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Did I?
Yes.
Really, in a really cool way,
Spoilers.
actually. It's actually a fantastic scene with him and Christian Bale. They're in a church and he's reading a book because you're not meant to read art.
Yeah.
And he basically brings it up to his face while he's
It's so
reading
cool.
a poem and then through the book.
Yeah, it's a good death. It's a good death.
Spoilers.
He makes his way over. As you look at him, you can see his right arm is not human. It has big, long nails on it. The fingers are much thicker and longer than they should be. His left arm looks to be perfectly human, but his right arm, no.
Is it like a different colour?
Most definitely is.
What colour is it?
It's a deep blacky red.
Does it look a bit like the hag's hands with the long fingers and the dark skin?
No.
No, okay.
Does it look like an infection or an illness? Okay, so it's been like
You would guess
somewhere.
like fiendish. As he kind of makes his way over with this horrendous smile to him. Troublemakers. In Vallaki. He eyeballs all of you in turn. And he looks round, looks to Ismark, and then to Irina. His gaze stops on her for much longer than it stopped on any of you. And then he looks back. It's well known that malicious unhappiness brings the devil himself here. I keep this town safe from itself and enemies outside. If you are to stay here, you'll abide by our laws. Now go. Go before I change my mind.
Red immediately just...
As he says that, a lot of the guards look at him in utter disbelief. Like, utter, like... Yes, sir. You heard it. Captain, go.
Good day.
Yeah.
Just
immediately.
So happy to make your acquaintance.
And yours also.
So much happiness.
He looks over the group once last time and then turns on his heel and walks back the way he came from.
If we're going to be staying in this town, we should probably follow the rules.
Everybody smile.
Don't have to, but it would be easier if you smiled. But even a little one.
With your many illusions, can you not put an illusion of a smile on her?
No.
On yourself you could. You could put an illusion of someone there. A trick. Make it look like you're smiling all the time.
I could like cast mage hand.
You see
and
various
just
other
poke at you.
guards eyeballing you as you do. And you get to the sort of north gate.
Head out.
Yeah.
And towards... Dude, can we see the hut from here? The fishing hut?
About 10-minute walk.
Right. Start.
Irina. What was that all about?
Is this something that doesn't happen anywhere else?
Father never let us come here. Did you see the way that man looked at me? What's his problem?
It looked like he recognised you.
Never seen him before.
There's no way he could have come to the village of Barovia? Or...
Doubtful. We had some travellers. Ismark, do you know him? Ismark is quite pale. Let's go get to this girl.
Red says to you in her brain, she plays back the memory of the idea of when we were told that Strahd thinks that she's the reincarnation of his old love. So
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah, I nod back.
yeah, maybe he knew her or knew of her.
The strange pallor of his arm, is that something you're familiar with?
I've heard of, this is Mark, I've heard of some people getting deformed by the land or cursed by things, but I've never seen anything quite like that.
Like our tiefling friend here.
I'm not deformed.
Gills.
Maybe,
Put the scarf up.
maybe. Morning, Lord. I thought we were safe here.
It seems not. It's best for us to conclude our business.
Maybe he saw and recognised Ismark. He looked at Ismark before he looked at me.
And then he's probably put 2 to 2 together.
You may know who you are as the children of the previous Burgomaster.
Well, knowing that you are now your
Maybe,
daughter.
maybe.
Maybe he knows you by reputation.
You're sort of saying this as you're walking quite fast, by the way. You can see the huts coming in front of you. This large open lake. You can see lots of little rivers kind of leading into and some leading out of, coming down from hills or down out into valleys. It's a long, sort of, mainly long rather than ride, going along that kind of covers the whole north. You're kind of 2/3 of the way up it. Can everyone give me a perception check, please, as you're all kind of looking out for these huts?
14.
17.
21.
10.
Where was that perception? That'd be 20.
Nice. Red, with your kind of geography knowledge from seeing it from above, and you're able to kind of position yourself from down here, you eyeball the hut and can make it out. It lies near the edge of the water.
Is it by
Gabriel-
itself?
Pardon?
Is it by itself?
Yeah. Gabriel and Jakul. Jakul, you see the hut as well. You're not 100% sure if it's the right one, but you've got a good feeling that it is. And as you kind of look up and see over the river, or the lake, sorry, you see or hear someone whistling in a tuneless manner. If you can kind of imagine that. And he just drops a Hessian sack over the side, and then calmly sits down, gets his fishing rod, and kind of angles it over the side. It was large, maybe containing something about,
Do you say the size of a
I
child?
would say probably the size of a 7 or 8 year old.
Ah!
He's
How far
maybe 50 meters, so 60 yards.
Out off the shore.
Yep, something like that.
Far be it for me to be the person who
Gabriel,
says
you'll see that
this,
as well.
But
With your kind of street smarts,
He's dumping a body. Or he's dumping something.
yeah. Without a care in the world.
the last time we tried to save...
Right, you've not seen it? What you say is what you say. What do you do?
That was a bit suspicious.
He just dumped
See
something.
the guy in the boat? Yeah.
He just dumped something in the
You
lake.
can see
didn't he?
bubbles coming up as it's kind of sinking down.
Do your gills work?
Yes, they do. I stuck my head in a bucket of water.
Do you fancy a swim?
Sure.
I suppose we're probably picking up the pace
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, pick up the pace.
I guess I'm going for a swim to find out.
Grab you. Have you got a bag? Anything on you?
I know exactly what's in this.
Okay, so it's an athletics roll to swim.
thanks.
Are you the
I can't
only?
sure.
Are you the only one going in?
I guess
Yeah.
so. No one else can
I'm
swim.
gonna
I mean, I
water.
can actually.
Yeah, you want to swim
So
as
I
well?
can turn into other things now.
Yeah.
I can turn into things that can swim. What can swim good? Oh, I don't know. Ooh.
Crocodile.
Crocodile, yeah. Let's go crocodile.
Shark.
What? A horse? What? I know horses can swim, but... Yeah, but so would eat me.
Shark.
I'm going to go crocodile.
Whale.
A walrus.
An elegant manatee.
A blue whale.
I'm going to send Eric to see.
An elegant whale.
So,
Yeah, I'm going to run with Hestia
run with Hestia.
the lakes, the side of the lake.
What are you going to turn into?
I'm going to go... I'm not going to be a manatee or a
Blue whale. No.
So I think you can only do something
It's something medium and can swim.
Yeah.
So
It'd be just fucking brilliant if you could turn into a blue whale. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
I'll go with it.
We fight by how do you think
Night tag. You were expecting to fight us, but were you expecting to fight a blue whale?
What I first did was turn into a bird. Like,
Turn back into a human very quickly.
That is so Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, though, isn't it?
the only thing I thought.
And you could turn into a thing of petunias. Oh my god!
I'm not going to take an otter because something will definitely eat me.
Yeah.
I'll go for a crocodile.
Yep.
So it's like,
You could be a baby shark.
no, absolutely not. I die. It's fresh water.
Let me find a crocodile.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you the stats. You're fine.
Okay. Thanks. Crocodile.
Oh, you got a swim speed of 30 foot.
Oof. I'm nippy.
Right. Give me
can death roll as well.
athletics, please.
Come on, girls.
Oh, you can hold your breath for 15 minutes.
I can
Me?
hold my
As a
breath
crocodile.
indefinitely.
Ah,
Yeah.
sweet, and you can hold your...
Mate, I got gills.
The water's dark and murky as you. It's ice cold here. As it, you're not too
Presumably-
bad. It really.
Presumably my
takes
dark
the breath
vision
away.
would work.
Yeah, you've got some advantage.
Can't do anything about the cold, but I can see the dark.
Yeah, give
dark.
me a d20.
For...
This is how good your swimming is.
Athletics.
Oh, it's an athletics, so that's 13.
Nice. Hesia?
3.
It's a good job you can breathe underwater.
And you just...
As you run in, and it is properly, as you kind of... Would she have swum before?
This is where you tell us that she can't swim.
She's probably paddled, but
Yeah.
I can't think of any reason why she'd have properly swum.
It properly takes the breath
Yeah.
out of you as you get in, and you get to kind of waist deep, and then try to. Yeah. Okay. So now it is use double swim. You can kind of see this snake-like crocodile as it moves across the just off the top of the surface of the water very quickly. Hesia, on the other hand,
Like open fingers swimming.
It's so cold. It's so cold.
Touch my leg!
I don't like this anymore. Let's go to the church.
give me a perception.
That would be a 6. I'm too excited because I'm a crocodile. for the
As
first
you're coming
time.
towards it, you can't see the bag yet. Okay, both give me another swim roll, please.
Come on, get better this time.
That would be a 21.
10. It's getting better.
Nice. Yeah, you're close in the distance. I'll give you advantage on your perception
Okay,
because
so...
you closed down, and perception from you this time.
So that was
Hesia.
That was a 19.
Nice.
3.
And that is a 22.
Is that a natural 20 or not?
No, that's a 19.
Okay. As you get to sort of where you think you saw the bag and you sort of come down, you start looking around, and because you were able to swim and accurately get to where you were kind of pointed at, where this was dropped near the boat, you see there's a little bit of wiggle to it, and you can see some bubbles coming up. A sack.
I'm going to grab the top. I'm assuming it's probably got a knot at the top. I'm going to grab the knot with between the jaws.
Yep.
Yeah. So swim towards it and then turn.
So you're probably about 15 foot underwater at the moment.
Yeah. So beeline for it, grab, and then...
Are you going back or up?
Just back, because I can't hold my breath.
Yep.
So just going grab, turn, back to the shore.
Yep. Okay.
I
And
helped.
give me an athletics and an athletics.
Okay.
That's to the sideline. Are you doing anything?
19.
17.
How far away is the guy?
Good
at the back?
croc.
You are.
I've worked out how to swim now.
So I did it in
too.
yardage, about 60 yards. It's quite a way out there.
Okay, that's fine.
He doesn't really seem to have noticed what's happened.
You didn't notice the crocodile just silently
Or the
slip into
tiefling just being
water.
like, I can't swim!
From here, you can see his clothes are quite dull.
No, it's a crab in it.
Just sitting there in his little boat.
Okay.
Has he noticed that?
Has he noticed
He
Hessia?
literally just sat there,
Right.
completely phased out, fishing in the middle of this lake.
How far away are we from the building, from the shack?
Not too far.
No.
There's like two parts to it, a little shack and also a bit to house a boat, which is currently empty. The bundle that you're pulling in stops moving.
Go a bit faster. I'm double move.
Yeah, you come out,
Yeah.
make it out the water. Hessia, you kind of turn around.
I help!
You've got like 10 foot away from the shore.
Helping!
You are knackered. You are like properly knackered. Give me a constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm underwater. Am I totally underwater?
You're submerged in water.
Yes.
Yes, so I don't have to have disadvantage on it.
Ah, brilliant.
It's still going to be terrible. Constitution, hang on. Sorry, I've lost it.
Yeah, the top somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Okay, it's a good one. 16.
No, you're not too bad. You're tired, but you reckon it's not done permanent damage.
Oh, 17,
to you
sorry.
today.
Yeah, same.
no. Yeah, that was exhaustingly hard work. It like just sapped the strength out of your arms and out of your body.
I'm going to use prestidigitation on.
So, first of all, a
You
crocodile would
warm
make it
up.
out of the water with a Hessian sack,
No relation.
holding it around the top in its big, long snout jaw. And you've been able to pull this.
I mean, I could try. Crocodiles haven't got not very good at sort of.
I'll rush in and kind of grab it.
They're just like, that's it.
You running
Right, for
forwards and grab it.
all like interactions when
try
you're
and open
yeah, so this.
Yeah, there's a very small, blue-skinned, from lack of heat, girl there. She's not moving at the moment.
Is she breathing?
No.
I rub my hands together and lay on hands for 10 points.
I'll use my medical knowledge to try and resuscitate her as well.
Yeah. Give me a D20.
Medicine?
Yep.
10.
I'm going to heat my own clothes.
Eat your own clothes.
Heat my own clothes.
I'm just going to stand and enjoy it. Red's never turned into a crocodile before, so she's probably just sitting there sort of.
Wanting praise.
It's not quite like the paddle that you would like. When you touch her skin, and she's bone cold. Bone cold. As you pump this heal into her, as you feel the power just leave your body and straight into hers. You look at her. It's not the hardest thing. It could be suffocation, could be the cold that's got her.
Okay.
She's dead. She's still not breathing.
Anyone wish warm her up?
Participation.
I can heat her.
I can warm her up.
Yes.
How big is she?
She's about 4 foot tall.
Cool, so I can do 1 cubic feet times 3, so I'm going to do 3 cubic feet
It's of
in one go.
non-living material, so you can only do it to like the clothes. That's what I've done
do
to
I-
myself.
Okay, I'll do it to the
Yeah,
do it
you
to
warm
the,
them up.
to the ground around her and stuff.
A moment passes. You just all kind of stand, look at her. And she spews up a lot of water and looks over and sees you, Red. You see a smile creep across her face. I always wanted to see a crocodile.
There's a little crocodile smile there. Just,
Does she look like the girl?
She's warming up.
Good to be this then.
Arabelle, is that your name?
So, she's got brown hair, which is kind of shaggily cut from looking at it as it's drying out in the heat. As she starts to shiver a little bit. Looks like it's not been cut well. Maybe a sword or something along those lines, a dagger to cut it. has like a shawl still round her shoulders and a ripped kind of like linen top underneath, which might have been nice with like bits cut into the shoulders at some point, but like one side is completely ripped. She's covered in like a couple of bruises down one, quite deep green eyes. She gives you a smile and looks at all of you.
Do her clothes look like Vistani?
Yeah, of that style.
What's your name?
She looks at you and puts her hand up.
I take it.
Yeah, as you do, you pull it up. Your mind flashes back from where you are as you find yourself dragged to a memory when you were her age. Where does it jump to?
Climbing. How old is she? Like 7 or 8. 7 or 8. Climbing over the rooftops in the city of Waterdeep.
Being chased? Or chasing?
Yes, but laughing
Okay.
at the same time.
As she kind of gets up and she kind of starts laughing as well. Very similar laugh. You'd almost be able to confuse it for your own for a second as you kind of go back to that memory and your laughter as you then kind of open your eyes and she's sort of almost continuing your laugh.
I'm going to take a step back, sort of in surprise, and try and compose myself.
Yeah. She kind of, as she looks around, there's almost a daze to her. What you say is what you say?
Are you alright?
You're so beautiful.
You
Yeah,
get
yeah,
used
Tilts
to it.
her head to the side, and then her eyes a second later fix on Irina. So beautiful, as she reaches her hand towards Irina. As Irina comes towards her.
I'll kind of put my hand on her head, like, is she ill? Is she like having
As you
fever or anything?
put your hand on her head, again your mind jumped back to a time when you were maybe 7 or 8.
Okay, I remember being an orphan, poor and dirty, and kind of washing my face at a well, and a priest from the goddess of Soon kind of suddenly stopping and kind of kneeling in front of me and looking straight into my face and seeing something there and kind of like grabbing me.
As you have that memory and it comes back, you kind of reach down and put your hand on her head, but before you know what's happened, she's got the hand on your shoulder, and where you were looking into the eyes of this priest, now you're looking into her eyes. And she kind of smiles. There, priest. There.
I'll back away.
And reaches her hand, and Irina kind of looks worried towards you two.
I'll kind of step between them and say, there's something strange here.
What's your name?
Arabelle?
Hey!
And what's yours?
It's not a difficult question.
I know, but I'm thinking. Constance.
It's nice to meet you, Constance. It's nice to meet all of you.
What are you doing here?
Besides drowning.
She head kind of twists around and then the body follows it and she looks out over onto the river. He wanted me for something. It wouldn't have worked. But I don't blame him.
What did he want?
Who is he? The fisherman? I'll point out
He's
to
no one important, but maybe the most important person in all of Barovia. It's funny like that, isn't it?
That's not really answering our question.
Oh, she's so pretty. As again the head flicks round to Irina.
You folk who can do this whole thing about checking whether people are evil. Do you want
I
to try
can't.
that?
Yeah, the Red the crocodile is going to move towards the rest of you guys.
I sort of
Can
move
I ride the crocodile?
so that
No.
so that Hesia's like not in my line of vision, and use divine sense.
No, she's not evil.
Just me.
Just weird. Yeah, Red's gonna go back into halfling.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ride the crocodile.
Maybe later.
No.
Who was it that's taken you? Are they here?
I
Are they
don't
near
think
here?
I get to ride the crocodile. I had hope.
I'm sorry.
The person who took you, are they here? Are they near here?
Not the guy in the boat.
He's a doll, he doesn't do annoying noise.
Do you want to ride the dragon instead?
What happened to you?
I had a flash of times long past, long ago, when I touched her.
Are you going to take me back to my dad now?
That was the plan.
Yeah. Got a couple of other things to do, but I don't really want to have
You along for the ride.
you walking around for that long.
I can come.
Where does your dad live?
I can show you.
We pass to the map, I guess.
Where?
They don't like my dad in the town. They don't like any of us in the town. I don't know why.
No?
Couldn't possibly guess.
But we have a camp on the hill.
So we don't have to go back in town together. Or is it around the lake?
No. Is it by the abbey?
No, not that far.
To the east or the west?
I'd like to see the abbey.
Me too.
Yeah, that is where we were heading.
I don't encourage her.
Shall we go together? She puts her hand up.
I pointed to Cool to send a message. If you can hold on for her for a minute and I hold on to you for a minute,
She
I
puts her
can
hand
work
up
out
towards
what
your
she's
constant.
casting.
Okay, I'll reach out to take the hand and take the
And
hand.
I will
I
touch
want
the
to go
Cool.
with Constant.
It's quite alright. Do you not
You're
want
well
to...
aware you've not told this kid your name.
Yes, you have.
Or did you? Oh, sorry,
did.
Yeah, she did.
So, do you know Madaneva?
You still touching it?
I want to
Yeah,
see
I'm touching
her.
it.
But
It's
Dad,
another
Nothing's
hand.
affecting you, is it?
Dad won't let
It's
me
one
yet.
off, I guess. Do you want to ride on my shoulders? Get a nice view.
Where shall we go?
Back to your father, I believe.
Not the abbey?
No.
No. Is it on the direction of the abbey?
No.
Is it to the east? Towards that lovely scary castle?
She puts her hand out towards you then.
I'll take it.
Her clothes are still damp and she's still got like a shake to her. She's still cold, but with the help of your magic, she's definitely drying out. You pick her up and what? Like on one shoulder?
Oh, well, like over
Like
the
a
shoulders,
proper-
right, yeah. And holding
See,
the...
just like riding a crocodile.
What cards did you get?
I got the ghost.
Oh.
I'm touching Jakul at the moment.
Stop it.
Like slightly.
No one can help them.
Because I'm going to try and identify if she does anything to him.
Pardon?
I'm going to try and identify if she casts anything on him, basically.
As you kind of walk, she kind of just sort of lolls from side to side on your shoulders.
Are we going in the direction of the fisherman's hut?
No, she kind of points
Should we
the
check
way.
that out first?
Yeah.
I think we should.
Is the person who took you, is he here in the hut?
Is he in the boat?
Don't blame him, he's on his boat.
He's on the boat? Okay.
No.
You almost should thank him.
Why?
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 What did he
Looks
do?
around. Alexei won't thank him. Oh no, he'll be angry. But now you know me. And
Alexei's
I
her
got
uncle.
to meet you. Boop, boop, boop. Let's go.
Hang on a minute. Is Alexei his
Is
her
her
uncle?
dad? Or the
No, her dad's
I
Arabelle.
thought Alexi might have been the uncle, I think.
Alexei was his uncle.
You've not heard Alexei
Oh, okay.
before.
Who is Alexei?
You'll find out, I think.
Oh, good. Should we not check out this fisherman's hut?
Yes.
I remember how well checking out the windmill went, so I think we should check out another mysterious
It's quite
building.
small, it's quite dim. As you get there, it reeks of alcohol. Like, reeks. You see various bottles for the labels that you've seen.
So the wizard.
Yeah, from the Wizard's Wine.
Is there any unopened bottles?
No, they're all drunk. All of them.
This is why they're having a wine problem.
Anything else in here?
I think the drabs
about it.
like drinking them more than anyone else.
There's nothing else in here.
I guess we take her back to her parents. Is it to the east or to the west, south?
She juts out a finger. The quickest way is through town.
So south. I think we go round.
Okay.
Is there any way any of you can find out information from that man on the boat without us having to drag him to shore?
Burn his boat. If that would help.
Depends how far away he is.
I could
It
swim
was
to
like
the
50
boat.
yards.
I'm
How
getting
much
better
is that
at
in
swimming
feet?
now.
Is he 120 feet?
Is there anything you could do?
We
That
could
would-
call out to him and point at the girl that we just saved.
He's, from what you've seen, he's not even noticed. He's just sat there fishing.
Yeah. I said leave him to it.
Do we want to call him out to him? Bring him over? Or no? He did just try to murder your child.
He won't come. Let's go home.
Why was he throwing you in the water?
What did he do before he threw you in the water?
What did
What did he do before he threw you in the water?
he kindly kept me for a while?
Did he ask you anything?
No,
Did he do anything?
no.
He just had you here in this little hut.
I'm waiting.
How long for?
Oh, a couple of days now.
Was he feeding you?
I'm a bit hungry.
I'll take out one of my rations awkwardly from my pack.
As you reach into the back,
Yeah.
and you're about to pull out like a dry biscuit. I don't like those ones.
Which ones do you like?
The other ones.
The ones...
Yes.
Okay. I'll pull out the ones that she wanted then.
No idea.
It's like boop boop, booping him on the head.
Is there any spell or being cast or an effect cast
You
on? Can't.
Magic, actually.
Just weird.
Are you walking? Are you waiting? What are you doing?
Walk in. Let's just get her home.
Are we-
What time is it roughly that we guessed?
You're early still, very
Early,
early.
right. Let's get her back because then we
We
can
want to get back into town.
Yeah. Not through town though. We'll have to walk around.
Yeah, around it, yeah.
Always wanted to see the town, please.
We've already broken too many rules in that town. We can't
You
break
can
any
see
more.
it from...
She looks at you. Oh, you'll break more.
How do you know?
Which rules are we going to break?
You'll kill him.
Which him?
She leans in really close. You'll kill the pretty one's brother. Let's go!
Lena, do you have a brother?
No, I don't.
Every time she said pretty one, she looked at. Yeah.
No, I don't.
Let's go back home for that
Only
quick.
one person can be this.
She's so beautiful. You start making your way round, walking. Our ramblings continue like this.
Perhaps the guy took her to try and glimpse his own memories.
Do you carry the other little one as well?
No.
You should. I think she'd like it.
I don't believe she would.
Red, do you want to piggyback?
She projects the image of her ripping your eyes out. Sort of with a little bit of thing of try it.
Are you sure?
Just quick, produce flame.
Can I get down now?
Would you like to walk?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll put her down.
She kind of put her down on the floor and she kind of skips along, happy as Larry,
I'll stick close to her,
muttering to herself.
right next to her.
Yeah. It's a lot of gibberish at the moment.
Red just emulates uncomfortable.
Just keep walking.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be the one to give me over? That's the question I ask. No one knows.
What do you mean, give you over?
Huh? She puts her hand up.
Okay, play this game.
Yeah.
Slap the hand away.
Take your hand.
Well, as I say, we'll play this game, and I will take her hand.
Give me again a memory from when you were maybe 7 or 8 years old.
I am happily walking down a cobbled street. I don't remember what street it is, and I can smell freshly baked bread. And I find a coin. When I pick up the coin, it has 2 heads.
As you pick it up, she takes a big breath in, and you can smell on the air freshly baked bread.
Can I do an Arcana check? Because I've actually been, I'm guessing that's some form of spell. Oh, it's only a 9. I need to be better at Arcana.
She's done something to you, you're not
Yes,
sure what.
I'm not sure what it is.
She's done something.
Yeah. Right. I carry on holding her hand.
Yeah, she kind of walks along, looking on the floor constantly. As you're kind of making your way round the town. It takes you a little bit longer walking the walls, but from walking the walls, you can see, as you sort of walk round to the west and down, quite high walls. You can see guards walking around looking at you. You get round to the west gate, which is open but well guarded at the moment. So reasonably fortified. It does look like it's been attacked. There are some scratch marks in the wood. So it's like bound wood with sharpened points. And then the guards are walking on some kind of raised platform on the other side. Some of these scratch marks are quite high on the wall for sure. As you're walking around, you can see some bits of the wall are stained blood red.
Is it fresh or like any fresh stuff?
It looks old, just like a deep, yeah. Nearly there. The head comes round to you.
Just step. She's still walking, but just makes the gap a bit wider.
You want to walk with me? Crocodile.
I'm going to point at Red and send her a message asking for her to keep an eye out for herbs on this route round.
I'll do that. Well, I might as well do a quick thing. Nature? Is that right? Nature?
What are you doing?
Looking for what? Do you just say herbs? Just herbs. While I'm there, I'm also going to look for some shamrock. Let's have a look. No. I cannot find you any herbs, and I cannot find shamrock.
I found some nice leaves.
I found some grass. You want grass? Got plenty of grass. Oh, it's sweet time.
You continue making your way. She will approach you with a hand out. Don't you want to walk with me?
She looks to those of you who have held her hand and looked weird whilst you did it.
I'll tell Red by messaging. You see memories of when you were small.
Smaller.
Smaller.
Sort of very gingerly, not looking at her, just.
I'm still holding her hand, by the way.
Oh, were you gonna like? Oh, right. So you're gonna look like a
Yeah,
dad.
she's kind of like pulling at your arm.
You're gonna look like a dad with like two little kids.
She
very gingerly, like.
grabs your hand. Give me a memory.
What about 7 or 8?
7 or 8 years old.
So in the woods with the wolf pack, it was a very particularly harsh winter, and Red had just been able to get. This is when she'd finally grown big enough and strong enough to be able to get up the trees. So because all the deer and stuff had migrated, she could finally get into like the squirrels' nests and such, and be able to get food for the pack during this really harsh winter. So that was when she was feeling really proud because she could provide for them instead of having to be the one being looked after.
She kind of like pulls her hands free of your grasp, so you'll have to physically hold on if both of you want to.
Yeah.
And then kind of like barks around on all fours for a little bit and pretends to be a dog for a moment.
Because I'm holding on to her during that, do I have time to identify?
You're going to cast Identify
on the girl she casts.
Are you going to cast it on her?
Well, yeah. Well, I was,
You've been invoking it?
Yeah, been invoking it all along. I only have to have a touch, and it's instantaneous. You choose one object that you must be.
You get.
Or
you're not
learn.
sure what she's doing. There is an incredibly strong divination running through her. Incredibly strong. It's really odd. Really peculiar.
Oddly identifies a divination spell as well.
As you carry on walking, she looks to you. You'll see him again, but he don't like you no longer. No. She kind of starts hopping along. And she like locks eyes with you for a second. And he won't like you unless you get him something he wants. And that's not easy to get. No. You'll pay the price. Like Alexi, oh, he's gonna be mad. Oh, there it is. As she looks in the distance, you can see up on a hill, sort of path winding up it, which you've been gently following, kind of comes off the road and leading up a hill. It's not far from the town at all. You can see built into the side of the hill a number of like Hobbit-style houses. Sorry, bear with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So like the ground kind of comes up the side. They have got a thatch roof style. Look well maintained. Each one's got a little chimney, and then higher up the hills, maybe only like 30 foot, perfectly round. As you kind of make your way up and round, you can see 13 wagons set around a very large tent in the middle. The very large, kind of like big, not tent, like a gazebo with the sort of cover down and various fires underneath it burning away, kind of like big, high, held up.
Well, we're still a distance away.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out of my pack. Oh, do we? No, Madam Eva probably kept these, didn't
No,
you?
we didn't. Madam Eva said to leave them.
Yeah, we kept
And I hold it out to Arabella to see. Do you know anything about this?
What have you got?
So it's the priest.
Bear with me. 2 seconds.
It was the card that tells of a powerful force for good and holy protection.
Tells.
Of a powerful force for good and holy protection.
Yeah, bear with me. Oh, where is it?
Oh, has got some.
Yeah, sorry.
I've actually gone pretty long.
Here we go.
What's that?
Alright.
Did I get picked up on mic? Probably. 'Cause
Morning.
it's hanging right over the phone. Just Johnny breaking apart.
At Lego. Occasionally I have to pop myself back together.
We'll find a spot soon to call it.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah.
Running out of time. How long have we got?
10 now.
5 to 10.
It's 5-2.
Need to finish at 10 sharp?
Yeah, soon.
Have we got a little bit of leeway?
A little bit. For me.
10 past?
A little bit.
A little bit.
As you show her the card. What do you want to know?
Do you know?
No.
Why do you tease me like that?
So eyes sort of glaze over a little bit, just focuses into nowhere. She looks over, sort of almost due east, maybe slightly to the south. I won't let you take it. Nope. Don't tell him.
Don't tell who.
Him. Come on.
I now understand why they wanted to drown this child.
She starts sort of making her way up towards the hill, whistling herself. Again, a complete tuneless thing. You're 100% sure that it was whoever was in that boat you heard whistling. She's whistling badly, but it sounds very similar to whatever they were whistling. You make your way up.
Are we heading west or east from Vallaki?
West.
Western round.
Lucky.
You kind of headed west and now south a little bit.
They're like here
Yes.
before the bridge, aren't they?
Sure.
We don't have long. We need to get in, get this girl square away with her parents, and then head back into town.
Yes.
To the church.
Are these not the group that caused some disruption in our arrival here?
No, but if I see the Festani's daughter, then definitely having words.
Bear with me too, sorry, I'm sorry. So you approach these big houses, or not huts, and then there's ring of wagons higher up. You see standing outside the huts, a lone figure outside of each one. As you approach, they're hooded. Everyone give me a perception.
That's a D10. That's
15.
11.
21.
22.
15.
My dice rolls have been strong this evening.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I don't
You
think
even
I've...
have fought anything.
Yeah,
You rolled all the bad ones already.
that's it. Next week when we fight something, I'm not going to hit anything.
All ones.
Keep punching yourself in the face with Eric.
Yeah.
You can see the frame when you pick out, and the robes, kind of things that he's wearing, with this kind of like hood built into it. He's definitely got an elven physique to him. Everyone else you've seen so far has been human,
Apart from the half elf
apart from the half elf.
and the dwarf and the tiefling.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
dwarf can move.
Not from here.
From Barovia, you've seen one half elf, and that's it.
Yeah. And possibly a half fiend.
He comes towards you, seeing the girl at first a walk, and then a gentle jog as he comes. He moves quite agile, closing the distance. Looks at all of you in turn. You can see his hood, his skin is darker than you would expect, shadowed, charcoaly, with his ears. For male elf, it's hard to say, looks maybe 30 in human years. Quite close, cropped hair. Coming down, tied back. You can't really see how long it goes. His hair looks light-ish. Quite a narrowed face. My name is Casimir.
Greetings, Casimir. Do we know Casimir?
Mistress Arabelle. Your father has been worried sick. Come with me. He is here, although most are currently out looking for you. He takes his hood back. You can see now his hair back goes down quite far. Definite elven features. He is a attractive man. There's no smile on his face, very serious, stoic face. Greens and blacks in his robes, but well looked after. She goes to take his hand, and he quickly puts it into his sleeve. Kind of has the monks. He's been worried, sick for you, child.
Who are you to this girl?
You are not from Barovia, are you?
Nope.
No.
How long have you been here?
A week?
About a week.
You
4
have done
days.
better than some.
4 days?
How many did you start with?
One more. Two more.
You were
2 more.
only
Sorry.
Lost 2. I
Well,
fear the
definitely lost
toll will be
one,
more.
A dwarf.
Dwarf.
Ran away.
Did you say you lose 2 every year? What did you say, sorry?
I've been here a long time. A very long time. I'm a dusk elf.
I'm not familiar. I'm sorry.
No.
Is it... Are you native to Barovia?
Yes. It seems that only Barovia. None of the people who travel here have heard of us before.
I suppose it does seem to be dusk a lot of the time here.
Perhaps.
Or morning.
With you. Haha.
You make your way up to the top,
That's some Barovian here.
towards this
Fairly
kind of ring of wagons. Arabelle, he's had enough. Leave him now. As you hear a... Brother, he's had enough. You hear one last, seriously loud. Then you hear someone hit the floor.
Can I...
Luvash, I have good news. Arabelle, I have good news. As Casimir calls out to them, you see 2 men come round the corner. One, longer dark hair, side parting, wearing like a green, long waistcoaty type thing with a white high collar, black kind of triangles cut coming round the top of it. Goatee cut in. Fierce eyebrows. Ming the Merciless style. Coming up. You can see his knuckles are bleeding on both hands. He stands maybe 5'11". Standing behind him, powerful built man in a grey kind of shirt, laced up the front, wearing a kind of brown leathery waistcoat with white cut into it. Again, these kind of harem style trousers. To them, as the 2 men walk out. The second, again, more fully bearded, his hair shaggier, a strong jawline to him, a strong face. Not an attractive man, but a strong, bear-like physique to him. As he comes round, at first looking angry, the bigger man then seen. His anger melts away. Arabella! As his hands come out, as she, Uncle Luvash! Jumps into him. The other man with the goatee kind of looks over you. His kind of smile and smirk across his face. And who do we have here? My name is Arabelle. Seems you have saved my daughter.
Yes, she's very spirited. I'm glad we could return her to you.
You are welcome to our hospitality. We heard there were newcomers in Barovia. I heard there was more of you.
Some have been lost along the way.
A shame. Does anyone take his hand?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will.
Kind of offers it round. A firm. The bigger man, Lavash, finishes saying his. Alexei. Come. Resume your duties. You hear a cough and a splutter as a man walks around, beaten the shit out of, bleeding, eye swollen, other eye almost closed, lip bleeding, arm like just hanging down at one side, walking with a complete limp. As he comes round, as Arabelle kind of eyes him up. Do look after my daughter. This calls for a celebration, the big Lavash man says. You drink?
No, but if you are offering a reward,
Of course.
a few bottles of something, and then
I can do better than that. You will always be welcome here. Always. We travel the known worlds. If there's anything you need, I can get it for you. You have returned something to me that brings me much joy in this life.
We travelled here with a woman called Damia. I wonder, have you seen her recently?
Yes, she has been staying with us recently. Damia! Some friends of yours are here.
You started this.
She may be out. A lot of them have gone out looking. They shall return this evening. Come and look for her then. She'll be pleased to know she has friends here. But
could you do us one favour and not tell her that we know where she is?
of course, a surprise is more
Yes.
welcome.
Yeah.
Yes,
Very
that's
nice.
exactly what
Surprise.
we're going for.
Come. I've acquired much wealth. I will let you have your pick. He takes you to one of the carts. Big wagon, painted spokes, wooden wheels. You can see these guys have got a lot of horses. Big Shire style horses.
Is it your
They seem relatively well trained as he.
Is there anything that we wanted from these lot?
You can never be too careful. Just turn around for a second. As he kind of rummages inside of his coat, you turn around. You do see a couple of other guards, especially around this wagon, pulls out some big keys and opens a lock on it. And opens this big wagon, grabs a torch and brings it in to put some extra light in there. So, you can see quite a large wooden chest. None of them are open. An iron chest. A small jewellery box. A wooden throne with gold inlay and decorative stones sits in here.
I want the throne.
A rolled up rug, which you cannot see. And if everyone gives me a perception. And a small wooden box.
21.
Now more than ever.
10.
Good. 13.
7.
21.
8.
21. You can see how it's rolled up. When you look at this rug, something is rolled up in the middle of it.
Something.
Something is rolled up in the middle of it.
Are we talking like a big rug? Or like
It's 10 foot,
Okay, so big rug.
and then something small rolled up.
There's a person
In-
there.
It's another dead child.
Probably not that big.
Okay.
You can have your choice. One thing for all of you. Not each. I'm not that generous, although I do love my niece. What item? You may not look inside any of them.
How about the wagon?
No. He seems a quite pleasant, jolly man. And I must demand that you come for our hospitality
This evening?
This evening?
whenever. You're a friend. of Labash. Therefore, you are a friend of the Vistani.
Should we use it? Should we leave it up to fate?
We could.
We could leave it to fate.
How many things were there? There was the carpet.
So, a wooden chest, an iron chest, an onyx jewellery box, which is quite small, a wooden throne, which is quite big and expensive looking,
What am I going to do with that?
Let's sit on it.
and a rolled up rug with something inside.
Who's going to have to carry it?
Red is going to say to Gabriel, not the throne.
But we could hallow it, and then I could sit on it, and I could sleep.
On a big wooden throne?
Yeah.
It is very comfortable.
Who wouldn't want to sleep on a wooden gilded throne?
I'm not up for carrying a throne around with us.
No, I don't think we're going to do that.
Definitely that heavily gilded. So there's
You're
4
all
things.
sports.
Do you want to leave it to fate, or do you want to...
Is there... We have... As we are new to these lands, we are not that prepared at fighting the creatures that live here. Is there anything in here that would help us the most in doing so?
Hang on.
He looks at you for a second. Rather than fighting the creatures here, I suggest you can try to befriend them slightly.
Well, then is there something here that will help us to avoid the creatures so that they will not harm us and cause more of our fellows to be lost along the way?
It is hard to say. What you do with these items is what you do. A sword by itself can be used to kill or to defend. It can be used to rape and pillage, or it can be used to defend the innocent.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let's trust in fate. Let's all of us
with
roll
your-
a D4.
With your perception, before you do this, we'll go with this original rolls. You've got 20 and 21.
Yeah.
21 and 21, yeah.
Yeah. You're sure the lump in the middle of the rug, you see it move slightly.
Not dead person.
It's maybe, I don't know, about this big.
Can I have a sniff in the air and see if I can pick up anything? See if I can smell anything.
Yeah, it'd be very hard. Very, very
We'll
hard.
give it a go. We'll go with perception. Nah.
No, it's that kind of deep mahogany, oaky.
It just smells of stuff.
Yeah.
What's your plan?
My plan is if we all roll a D4,
But I also am now looking at that rug. I'm like,
and the what number that is that we mostly have, so it's probability at the end of the day. So we all roll a D4,
Okay.
and then one that has the most. So because there's 5 of us, so it's gonna be someone with
Something's
2.
got to come up twice. Yeah.
So what, there's 3...
There's 4 items.
Four items.
Without the.
Because apparently I'm not allowed to have a throne.
The rug and...
rug, jewellery box, wooden chest,
Iron chest.
Gonna leave it to chance.
So what? Wait, one is the wooden chest. 2 is the iron chest.
3 is the jewelry
box.
box.
4 is the.
Okay, ready? Go.
Alright.
2.
I've got 4.
1.
I've got 4.
I've got 1.
I've got 2 1s and 2 4s.
Oh,
Okay.
should we
So
re-roll?
between 4 and 1?
So it's between the wooden box and the rug.
Yeah.
He can see you struggling to make your mind.
Okay. Should we have a coin flip?
Then I get a coin
Yeah,
out.
50-50.
Heads, it's the rug. Tails, it's the.
Is this the coin you found as a child?
You guys don't know that. You guys don't know that. So heads, it's the rug. Tails, it's the.
Okay.
thing. Heads.
Oh,
Red's gonna.
We've got the
Scott over to the rug.
creepy rug.
I guess
put
we'll
a hand
take
on it.
that rug then.
I want the rug.
You all regret not getting the throne now.
No, because we could easily
gonna put a hand
hallow
on the rug.
and it'd be a lot more comfortable than a throne for you to sleep
That's
on.
true.
Because we can put the rug over a
Is
bed.
it a pretty rug? Like, is it a decorative rug?
It's wrapped from this side, but it looks it. So
Gonna
Great to pretty rug.
tap it.
as you tap it, something definitely wiggles in it.
Pretend the rug.
Pardon?
The
It's
rug.
yours.
Red
And
sort
thank
of
you.
looks at someone who's got bigger
Remember
arms.
my words. If there's something you want from anywhere, I can more than likely get it. It may take me time.
Will Constance be able to carry it over her shoulder?
Yeah, so
This is not wriggling.
right, so it is. I won't make you do an appraise for it. It's a rolled up 10-foot square rug of exquisite unicorn motif on it.
Unicorn.
And it is worth, you would say, somewhere between 700 to 800 gold.
Jeez. And it's got something in it.
Right. Do you unroll it here and there?
No, we're good.
I would have.
Can we call?
Thank you very much. And
He kind of looks at you with kind of that expression of, are you going to unroll this?
I shake
Like
his
he
hand.
wants us to.
Yeah, he's not holding it at all.
I shake his hand.
Yeah.
we
This
unroll
evening
it?
then.
Let's unroll it. If he wants us to unroll it,
Unroll it.
he knows what's in there.
no, unless we leave and then unroll it on the road.
I was gonna.
Oh, we'll roll it outside, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you take it outside of the treasure wagon.
Unroll it. It's a baby unicorn.
Red's gonna put her hand on her spear just in case.
All right.
I'm already.
I kick it and
I've already got the guns.
I actually kick Johnny there.
You do kick
I kick the. So,
Yeah. So you see this beautiful unicorn motif. It is marvelously. It is corny and cheesy as hell, but it is like wonderful at the same time. As you see in it, it's at first hard to tell. You hear.
It's a dwarf.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
what took you so long?
I was trying to steal all that stuff. Come on!
I was so
You blew my cover.
As it rolls, you hear like the jingle of some small bells. The sort of bells that like you'd have on maybe like a hat or some clothes. As it kind of tumbles and
Wait,
unrolls.
Jester.
And then there's something in it. It looks like a small doll, maybe about 2.5 foot.
That's not a small doll. That's bigger than me.
Like, as it rolls, and where you feel that it should have stopped rolling with the momentum, it continues rolling and then rolls onto one hand and lands onto its feet. As you look at it, and it's leather construction with a leather jester's hat with 4 points with a bell on each one, with a leather built face.
No, I hate it.
With 2 gems for eyes.
No, I hate it.
And a constant stitched mouth.
I don't
These
want
big puffy sleeves.
I want to get off Mr. Bones Wild Ride.
With these jester-like shoes, all made out of exquisite detail leather, as he handstands and spins round and looks at you all expectantly, and you hear from behind you, "He's your problem."
Oh no!
I don't want it.
No, I hate it.
And that's where we'll leave it.
I hate it.
Why didn't we get the throat?
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Very nice.
I actually have it genuinely like dolls and mannequins freak me the fuck out. No.